Everybody, we are live.
I said
Thank you
no.
very much. Happy Tuesday. Ronnie said no. Like Caleb says no. That's apparently a thing. It is still conspiracy. We're gonna get started. Going to be talking some Ravens. Going to be talking Steelers. Talking Panthers. Talking about the greatest NBA teams of all time. And if you win the NBA Finals, are you a world champ? We'll talk about it. Let's get it going.
Image, your beats are so fire.
I feel we can beat the Browns. We can compete with Baltimore if they have Lamar. And we're right there with the
That young man put his life on the line for you, for your entertainment.
We were talking all before the game. You know, everyone was like, "Nah, Ravens don't have a shot," and they're right there. What is going on, everybody? Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Tonight is Tuesday night, Steel Conspiracy. We're going to be talking some Steelers, Ravens, Panthers, talking basketball, talking God knows what else. But first, I want to say I appreciate both of these young gentlemen being on the show tonight. Mr. Brodney, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Don't say that I'm young, but then also say that Hendo's young, because then it means nothing.
I mean, you're so young that you wanted to sleep. You wanted to.
That's because I don't sleep at night, Sugarton. Right?
You sleep during the day?
I fall asleep during the day because I don't sleep at night.
Okay.
I
feel you. I understand.
It's DJ crazy times and it's parties at night, and then during the day you gotta, you get your naps where you can.
Well, after tomorrow, you're not gonna be sleeping for a couple of days because
that's right.
You'll be grinding on that Starfield, and of course, the gentleman below me.
There's the eye roll because somebody can't play it. Oh, he feels so. No, you couldn't. He feels so left out.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
I have my game. I have my game to play.
I have my game. I don't need a new.
They're already starting. Mr. Hendo, how you doing, sir? Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing great. I'm actually very excited for the show. Excited after this. I got to hook up some things that I bought and get ready for that Starfield grind that I'm going to be doing. So I'm actually very excited.
For about 2 days, you're going to grind and move on to something else?
That's probably go back to Apex.
Mm-hmm.
God knows. What's going on, everybody? Chat. Always a pleasure, Mr. Brandon Brazell. Wow. I don't know what you're going to do. Is it because I was first, like always? Not sure. And late as hell, I'm sorry. I was talking to Bronny about something. Mr. J2. Mr. J2. About damn time. Wow.
Oh, Jesus. That's amazing coming from people who, Jay, if I'm not mistaken, recently had scheduled a live stream and just never showed up and just didn't do it. I remember over 24 hours later, I went into the live stream like, oh, he's got the stream. And then I looked at the date and it was the day before. He just didn't do it.
Why is there more Ravens than Steelers? Because the person that created that opening is a Ravens fan.
Well, I guarantee
he did a great job.
Not specific enough. Sure.
I guarantee you it's equal Steelers and Ravens in that video if you look at it.
Not specific enough, sure.
Okay, Hendo's the one that created it.
There you go.
And he did a great job, and I love it, and I appreciate it because he did it for me.
He didn't do a great job. I've told him multiple times that he needs to edit me out of the opening of that video, and he hasn't done it.
Suge said he's doing his own openings from now on, so can't do it.
I'm gonna attempt to.
I told you this long ago.
He said he was going to do it long ago. So what am I supposed to
Yeah.
do?
Well, you know how I am when I say
said
I'm going to
long,
do
like,
something, I
4
don't do it.
times.
All right. Before we get into the games, preseason games, and all that good stuff, real quick, some news for the Ravens. A couple cuts. They want to talk about. They cut Melvin Gordon. I know Hendo is sad about that one, and they also cut both 2 QBs, Anthony Brown and Josh Johnson. Excuse me, Mr. Hendo.
Who?
Are you surprised about Josh Johnson?
No,
And
I'm
Anthony
saying who?
Brown?
No, I ain't
Okay.
nobody.
Well, are you surprised they only kept 2 QBs on the roster and not a third?
No, because Anthony Brown's going to come back on the practice squad. It's no biggie.
No biggie, no sense of after he threw those amazing touchdowns in the preseason game, like
It's weird who that stuff counts for and who it doesn't count for. Because vocal, like it was a big yes, but it wasn't a big deal for the person who threw him.
It's not a big deal for anybody.
Oh, okay.
And for the Steelers, one of their big cuts, Zach Gentry, they cut him. He actually was doing a podcast with Pat Fryermuth for the Steelers, and they
Is
cut
that
him.
why it was a big cut?
Well, it was a big cut because he's been a start. He's been a starting tight end for the Steelers the last 2 years.
He can't
And
do
now
no
you have
podcast anymore.
you can't do his podcast anymore. But you have Darnell Washington and Connor Haywood. Connor Haywood filling in those spots. So I mean, you're a 2-year starter and you get cut for a rookie and a second-year player. Kind of a deal.
Y'all don't start 2 tight ends.
I think we are this year. I think it's going to be a lot of 2 tight ends.
No, I mean you haven't started 2 tight ends. Like he wasn't a starter.
He wasn't a starter, but he was part of the offense. He was a
Yeah.
big part of the offense. Some other news: Kendrick Green was traded to the Texans for a 6th round, and Kevin Dotson was traded to the Rams for a 2025 5th round pick. I am very surprised we got anything for Kendrick Green. Both were starters last year on the O line, but now one of the big emphasis this year was offensive line, which the Steelers
That can play.
what's that?
The emphasis was on players that can play.
You're absolutely right, and they got some, and they got rid of the ones that couldn't. But a lot of people are very surprised that they got something for Kendrick Green because he was not playing well preseason or last season. So it was very, very interesting that we actually got a pick for him.
And those really threading that needle on room to talk about O-line play over here.
I see why he put on 3 now. I see why.
I'm sorry. My bad. Your O-line is fantastic.
PFF rated top 5 last year.
Okay.
Malik Cunningham to the Ravens, like I predicted.
That's
Is that true?
definitely not going to happen.
Thought it did happen. All right, let's get into the Steelers' last preseason game.
Pickett in the shotgun, taking a shot down the sideline, completes the pass.
No mention of the Panthers cuts, but that's all right. Or anything that happened with the Panthers. The Panthers made a trade today also. So,
Did they? I am so sorry. Well, you guess what? When the Panthers segment comes up, you can tell us about that trade.
It's not the point.
So disrespectful.
No. I was doing notes at the last minute. I actually
not equal partners in this show, I see.
No. First off, don't even go there. Secondly, we will talk about the Panthers cuts and trade today when we get to the Panthers 0-3 segment. Okay. And here's my favorite play because every time I see this man make a catch, I feel like Hendo just punches the air.
2nd and 10. Pressure coming. Pickett down the near sideline, and that ball is hauled in. George.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
We will talk about that. in the Ravens segment.
I don't think that there are.
It was a Ebony Bird put out a publication.
Those
and
aren't
they are
rumors.
And they are not accurate in a lot of things that they say. So they
were just making stuff up and saying they should trade him.
Because he looked horrible.
Because he looked bad.
Really bad.
So Steelers finished the preseason strong. Kenny on his first drive goes 4 for 4, 86 yards, no touchdowns. George Pickens 1 catch, 35 yards. Deontay Johnson gets into the act also, 1 catch, 33 yards. Now we obviously have talked about this till we're blue in the face that a lot of people say preseason doesn't matter, and I will agree to an extent. From what I've seen from Kenny, especially what I've talked about over the last couple of weeks, is I just want to see consistency, a strong arm, good decision making, which has been displayed every time he stepped on the field, and has really shown a growth. And again, it may be against not the top tier defenses, but you're still playing people that are trying to make teams and are trying to be on an NFL team. So they're gonna play and they're gonna try the hardest. So going into this first game of the season, I feel like we have some high expectations, and I think he's gonna be able to play to those high expectations. Mr. Hendo, so far what you've seen in the preseason from Kenny Pickett, are you impressed, not worried, or on the fence of how he will be performing during the regular season?
I'm impressed. He's played very well.
Him so much to say that.
He's played. And first of all, I had this conversation with my brother earlier. He played pretty well. Like if I'm not mistaken, and what you forgot to mention was, I think Kenny Pickett is the first person in NFL history perfect passer rating in the preseason.
I mean, is that something to kind of?
I don't care what you do. It's a perfect passer rating. It's not done that often. So I'm trying to give you man props. And you trying to downplay it? Okay, I won't do it ever again.
No, I am trying to downplay it because it is the preseason. Yes, I like that, but
also the way
I want to see him do it in the.
It shows his growth, and also you should be kind of happy because listen, if the rumors are true, Nick Bosa might get traded, so he won't have to face him week 1.
Oh, I thought you were going a different direction with that. Like Pittsburgh loves racists, and they might bring him in.
That is true. I didn't even think about that because the rumor was he's supposed to be going to an AFC team, and if there is a team that'll take him,
well, Baltimore is right there with him. That's why they kept Hard R. Right?
Yes.
Shout out!
Pulling up the rear. Pulling up the rear.
So you've been impressed. Do you see the play? Because I was today I did the NFL the prediction for the Steelers, and someone had asked me and said, do you really believe in Kenny like that? And I said, look, we don't need Kenny to go 400, 500 yards, 3 to 4 touchdowns. We need him to go 250, 300, a touchdown, probably 2 touchdowns in a game with no mistakes. To really with that defense that can really play well. Everybody's healthy. Do you think that he needs to be a high volume passer or be that kind of game manager / big moments come up, make plays kind of QB?
I mean, he should be a game manager, but it all depends on what happens with Najee Harris. Like y'all getting a lot of usage out there, young man. And I don't know if he can keep up with all the hits that he's taking. But, I mean, if Najee can run the ball, he just needs to be a game manager. Just not make mistakes, get the ball to Pickens, get the ball to Deontay, and hopefully Deontay can finally score a touchdown because I can't remember last time he was in the end zone.
Yes, you can. Or maybe you can't because you are reaching those advanced ages. But they're getting a lot of usage out of Najee, not a ton of production, which is what needs to change. And that's why they overhauled the O-line and they brought in Darnell Washington. I think ideally – Kenny Pickett will be more of a game manager, but I don't think that he has to be just that. I think he has the skills to be a little bit more. I'm not saying that he's a upper echelon quarterback, but he is a guy who can make plays for you at times. So I think that they can what?
Or he can just put the ball up to George Pickens.
That's making best part of making plays, man. Some quarterbacks don't understand that.
They don't.
There are some quarterbacks who don't know when I have a person as talented as Pickens, they're open all the time, and I need to just throw it up to them.
Tricky match.
Shout out to Josh Allen.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield. So if he understands that this early in his career, that's a positive. But I think that he's developed pretty clearly, and he looks to be a much better player than he was in his rookie year.
For sure, and I think that play is going to continue. It's going to be interesting week one. I want the Steelers obviously to win week one, but I think going against that defense is going to be tough. I want to see what this offense looks like against that defense, and if he can play well, I think they have a chance to beat him. It's going to be a low-scoring game, possibly a 3-point game, but I do have the Steelers starting off 0-1, but we'll talk about that later. But I still think that he's going to be able to produce, and like again, I don't know if he's going to be a game manager, but I don't think he needs to throw 35 times, 40 times. I think he needs to be between 27 and about 30, with a couple of touchdowns. You spoke of Najee Harris. They are going to be running Warren a lot more with him. We were talking before when we were talking about Gentry. I think they'll be running a 2 tight end set, because what do you do as a defense when you have to guard George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson in the slot, and then you also have 2 athletic tight ends in Pat Freiermuth and Connor Hayward and Darnell Washington. So I think they're going to be doing that. No knees, but he's been looking pretty good. Good.
Calvin Austin's been looking pretty good.
Him too. He's been looking good too. So he's got. Kenny has a lot of weapons. And if we always go back, and I'm surprised you didn't mention him, Matt Canada. It's going to be up to him to put them in a position to be able to use those weapons, and we'll see what happens. Before we move on to the Ravens, real quick, Bronny, the defense has looked very good. Nick Herbert, I think his name is Nick Herbert. Herbie, thank you. Nick Herbie, TJ Watt, Patrick Peterson's looked real decent even at his age. Joey Porter Jr. This defense, it might not be the old Steelers defense or the Ravens defense, but if this defense can come together with the young talent and the veteran talent, do you think that this defense can be a top 5 or a top 10 or top 5 defense?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Shut that down.
I don't think. I mean, look, if you just look at a team and say, hey, if everything goes right, can this side of the ball be very good? Yeah, that's true for every team in the league. I don't think that they have enough talent to really to make that a realistic expectation. And I'm looking now, I'm trying to see who they played in the preseason, because I know that their last game was against Atlanta. Their first game was against Tampa.
Yeah.
And their second game was against the Buffalo Bills. Wouldn't really, maybe don't take so much of it from the defense. Like they got 3 interceptions in that Buffalo game off Matt Barkley.
Shout out to Matt Barkley. We've talked about it, we've highlighted it. It's the corners is going to be the weak spot in this defense, but when you look at all 3 levels, they got stars at all 3 levels. The front line, you obviously have TJ Watt, Cam Hayward. The backside, you have Minka Fitzpatrick, Patrick Peterson.
Not a star.
Patrick Peterson is a star?
No, not anymore.
No.
It used to be.
I mean, you never know. Maybe
a
new scenery. Okay,
Minka
Fitzpatrick isn't a star?
When he's healthy.
Minka is.
And he's been healthy. He was healthy. Yeah. But I'm saying at all 3 levels, they have a pretty good, mix.
I think that it's a little misleading to say 3 levels when you're including TJ Watt in that. He's more on that D-line level than the off-ball linebacker level.
Okay. Okay. I can give you that. But I mean, with the some of the accusations,
Wow.
Then
some of the
More?
some of the trades
Damn,
that they
Pittsburgh.
acquired from middle linebacker. I feel like we are going to find some stars, maybe just maybe good all around good players to play that position. Again, it's preseason, but when I've seen them on the field, the defense has looked good. Take it for a grain of salt.
Looking at Kyle Allen tearing you up there 12 for 15 with a touchdown. I mean, it's all right, though. It's okay.
Dan Moore Jr. doesn't need to be the LT. Put Broderick Jones in come week 1, or Kenny will end up having a hand like old boy off of Scary Movie 2. Not really sure. I haven't seen the final roster yet. I'll have to look. I don't know if Broderick is going to be starting. I'm assuming that they won't release that until this next week, since games aren't until next Sunday. So haven't seen anything yet. No news. I just know they got down to 53 like most teams. Excuse me. And we're just awaiting now, this week. I know Tomlin gave the practice off, and they did like a team building thing. Last time they went go-karting. This time I haven't really read to see what they did, but they did like some team building exercise of going out and having fun, which is one thing I do love that Tomlin does. I think that's a big part of building morale. I know Bronny doesn't believe in morale like that, but other people do.
What I believe is it's not necessary for everyone.
You're not a team building morale person.
Job. Some of us just do our job. And then some people need to have the boss take them go-karting before they want to do their work.
And some people ask for extra work, but I won't mention names.
Some people are
crazy. Let's get into the Ravens preseason. And here is a signing of Hendo's favorite receiver.
Top 2 quarterbacks got hurt in the loss to the Eagles, and he's going to throw again and floats one and caught inside the 25-yard.
You dirty summer.
Free for Johnson, shredding the Buck defensive starters, and once again over the middle, the catch made it into the end zone. Laquan Treadwell with the Ravens.
Ain't too bad.
Former Raven, Laquan Treadwell right there.
He's going to the practice squad.
Oh boy. Just 6 years after being drafted in the first round.
But unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Ravens fall 26-20 to the Buccaneers, and I don't think for the Ravens, I don't think the loss is a big issue. My question, Hendo, because you are the resident Ravens fan here. Lamar not playing any preseason game, is that a side of concern? Even though, because I think you talked about it, it's not that you're worried about injury. You're worried about
I'm worried about injury.
Well, you're worried about injury, but I'm saying you're worried about cohesiveness, gelling together as an offense. As they say, ring rust. Are you concerned that they held them out, or you think that, because the one thing I have been seeing you Ravens fans doing is, well, it's Houston, it's not that big of a deal. And you kind of pointed out something. Harbaugh is not good against rookie quarterbacks, and kind of bulletin board material to say Houston is like a preseason game for you guys. Should the Ravens be taking it seriously, or are you guys going to be fine and Ravens are just going to roll with Lamar like nothing happened?
This is an NFL team. Like, you can't just sit there and say, oh, it's this team, we may lose. We have many defeats in Ravens history where we should have won. We lost to a 0-15 Miami Dolphins team, which got what's his name fired, Brian Billick, because everybody thought we were just gonna go down to Miami and just whip their tails. Didn't happen. So listen, I like D'Amico Ryans, and I think that he's a fine coach. I don't know how he's going to do as a head coach, but I know he has. If he gets his defensive players to play like he played, it's going to be a struggle. And like I said, it's no cohesiveness. We didn't have any of our starters play defense or offense, so we don't know how people are going to key off of each other. They don't know certain checks, certain things. Practice is a lot different than playing an actual NFL game. And like I said, I'm concerned with the injury portion of it because these guys haven't been in a meaningful game since last season. they haven't gotten out and playing against real competition. So there could be some kind of strain, some pulls, just some muscle tears. Anything can happen. John Harbaugh is just scared to have his starters get hurt again like he did with J.K. Dobbins versus Washington. I understand that, but, I mean, listen, I don't like to compare, but you had Patrick Mahomes out there in multiple games playing series.
What about you, Brian? Do you think that Lamar not playing any preseason game is a detriment to the Ravens, or is it just not something not to worry about?
I think it is a detriment. I think that they're going to struggle out of the gate offensively. We know they're going to struggle defensively because God, they sucked. And Humphrey's he's not going to be back for week 1. Not sure exactly how healthy Rocky Sin is for week 1.
But you got Caillou Kelly. That's
No, we don't. Guy. No, we don't.
He got cut.
Did he get cut?
He got cut.
Oops. See, I did not see that. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's okay because the Baltimore Ravens, for I guess competitive advantage, did not announce their cuts until 3.5 hours after the deadline, unlike every other goddamn team in the league. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Whatever.
I mean, the Eagles and the Dolphins.
I don't see him as a cut.
He was a cut.
Blue. Just look at Caillou Kelly. It doesn't say Caillou Blue Kelly. It just says Caillou Kelly DB. Under.
Oh, it says.
I promise you, he got cut. It's not that.
Okay. I believe you. Sometimes.
I think that they'll struggle a little bit, but that said, it is Houston. This isn't how they should be looking at it, but it is Houston, and they should still be able to get the win.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I saw James Prochet was cut.
He was indeed.
So, in honor of James Prochet.
Top 2 quarterbacks got hurt in the loss to the Eagles, and he's going to throw again and floats one and caught inside the 25-yard.
I'm going to laugh, though, if he ends up with either the Panthers or the Steelers.
He's not going to end up with anybody.
First of all, you need to laugh because Miles Boykins is second on your depth chart. That's what you need to laugh at.
Shout out to Miles Boykins. I don't think he's second in our depth chart. I haven't looked at the depth chart.
You feel a lot better than James Prochet.
Touche.
Ouch.
Come on, y'all some hurtful individuals.
Who?
You've been taking shots all day.
How high are hurtful individuals?
You just taking shots all
How does that
night.
make me hurtful?
Because you just like saying hurtful things.
That's not hurtful. It's just honest.
We liked our team. We liked our team mascot.
Yeah, I know you did. I know y'all like mascots. That's why you don't win anything.
I know you talked about him that the
back up. No, the fuck he ain't. Sorry.
And, did you hurt Brady today? No,
he doesn't have good numbers. He doesn't protect the ball, and he doesn't win games. What is he good at?
No, Suge.
Right,
He's right. He's right on this one, Suge. Ravens fans pump Tyler Huntley up like he's the second coming to Michael Vick or something. That dude is garbage.
I know you were just talking about it, Hendo. You were saying that, and Ron, you were saying the defense is hurt. Could that slow down the? Because I think I asked you the same question, Ronnie, a couple weeks ago, and you said that it wasn't going to be too bad. But now are you starting to maybe walk that back because of all the injuries to the Ravens and defense?
No, I think that they're going to be fine long term. Like I said, Marlon Humphrey's not going to be there maybe for the first few games, but they've got Marlon Humphrey. Rocky Sin is back already. They just signed Ronald Darby. I imagine they're going to sign another corner in free agency, or claim a corner or sign somebody. So they'll be fine long term, and it shouldn't really affect their record because now they should be able to actually outscore teams and continue scoring when they need to, unlike years past. What are you laughing at? Yeah?
Because Jeremy talking about Huntley almost beat the Bengals. When does almost count?
Hey, Jeremy, why didn't he beat the Bengals?
Wow.
No,
Barzell coming up for you.
no, we didn't. And I don't talk about backup quarterbacks like they fucking matter in Carolina, Brandon.
Rodney, maybe
You don't hear me talking about, oh man, all Brenton Burson needs is an opportunity. you ain't never heard that shit come out of my mouth.
Bronny does not.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Sorry, my daughter was talking to me.
It's a feisty Rodney.
Right?
Rodney, that's the day.
Don't remind Panther fan you don't get trophies by making it to the dance. You also got to win.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sure do.
Y'all coming out.
Hey, watch, here it comes. You can see it. You can see it in his eyes right now, people.
But no, because I'm not a Ravens fan, so you're not going to upset me by telling me facts about my team. That's a Baltimore thing.
I mean, you're kind of a Ravens fan. More a Ravens fan than me.
Kind of not.
Nah, that's not possible.
Definitely not.
You struggle.
Rodney, come out.
You struggle naming more Steelers than you do Ravens.
No, that's not true.
You play more.
I'm horrible with names. If you know anything about me, I'm just horrible with names.
But you always remember the Ravens names though. That's a concern.
I don't remember all the ones that everybody knows.
All right, bro. Okay. Listen, let's just look at all the purple. Look at all the purple.
It's all getting changed.
You said you've been saying that for at least 7 weeks now.
Longer than that.
Disrespectful.
Black and purple, black and purple, black and purple.
All right, let's move on to Mr. Bronny's Panthers.
31
So, Mr. Bronny, there was a trade today. I am not even going to attempt to pronounce his first name. Thank you. And the Chiefs received conditional 2025 7th round pick.
They swapped.
They swapped. Okay. Okay. And how do you feel this trade is going to help the Panthers, or what is it going to do exactly?
Honestly, I don't feel anything about this trade. It's Amir Smith-Marset. Hopefully he can come in and be productive, but it's Amir Smith-Marset.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna just stop you right there. The next person that says yellow is gonna get absolutely bludgeoned because it's gold.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Jeremy Miller. God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Black and gold is yellow. Black and gold is yellow.
There you go. Thank you.
Which is still yellow.
Nope.
Oh, there's Barzell. Get him out of here.
you have the power to kick him out. Oh no, you don't.
Yeah, that's right. No,
I don't think I ever give it to you.
You're not a moderator. Yeah. Listen, only certain people get to be moderators, and we know who he is.
Kendall is.
I'm not on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't.
Well, first off, Bronny is, on that side also. So.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Anyway, go continue, Bronny. Continue.
With what? I answered your question.
And what were some of the big cuts? Because
most of the cuts were expected. There were a couple that were kind of surprised. I was surprised that Deion Jones got cut. The middle linebacker, formerly of the Falcons, spent last year in Cleveland. I thought that maybe it was just kind of an injury or the multiple injuries that he had that kind of slowed him down a little bit and made him look like he might have been past it. And maybe now he was healthy and he'd be all right. And, in the preseason, it looked like maybe he was going to play a decent role for Carolina, but he's up out of there. Outside of that, I was a little surprised they cut Keith Taylor. They're down to 4 corners on the team. So obviously they're going to be looking for more. I don't know why you're making your face up. Baltimore is too.
I'm saying 4 corners.
I know Baltimore is too, I believe. No, that's not 4 corners, but they're real thin in some other places. But obviously Carolina is going to be bringing in some outside help in the cornerback position. So, there's still obviously the 53 is not set. Some of those people who made the 53 today are going to be gone tomorrow. Which is unfortunate. 5 tight ends. Hope y'all aren't very comfortable over there because one or two of you is going home. Giovanni Ricci.
We did get to see Bryce Young in that preseason game, and he did throw a touchdown. Looked a little better, a little better than had before. Are you more? Have they announced him as the starter yet?
Yeah,
for week 1. Okay.
Been
Are you more comfortable or more at least relaxed now going into week 1, knowing he's the starter, or are you still a little worried?
No, I haven't had any worries about Bryce Young. Bryce Young, he's looked the part every time he's been out there. He's made good decisions. He's made good throws. The worry is the offensive line protecting him, and those fears are very much alive. We'll see how that goes week 1. I hope Ekwonu is just, I hope he's pulling a Baltimore Ravens and just saying, "Oh, it's just the preseason. I don't need to show up." And then the regular season comes and he'll start blocking people. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, man. He just looks like he can't keep up with people who are very athletic. So that's extremely concerning because I don't know if y'all know this. This is kind of some inside info right here. Very difficult to find a left tackle. Very, very difficult, especially this close to the season. So, little concerned about that. But Bryce, very happy with what we've seen from Bryce Young so far.
There you go. Who? We'll send you DJ Moore Jr. Okay.
No.
And then we'll put Broderick Jones on the starting line.
No.
Help you out there.
I'm good.
Shout out. We're trying to help you out.
No, you're not. No, you're
not. I know because the season hasn't. The season gonna be starting soon. We're not gonna really talk
Thursday
first. Yeah, we're not gonna be talking. Is it this
next?
It's next. Yeah, we'll be talking about the picking games, picking all that stuff. So we're not gonna get into it. But before we move on, real quick, I just want to get. Not predictions, but kind of will the Ravens win the AFC North, Hendo?
Yes, they will.
Ronnie, will the Panthers win the NFC South?
Yes.
But we will get predictions and everything, records, all that next week. I don't know if Hendo will be here. I'd like to have him on, but he's a busy man. Hitting that God of War. I've been watching him play God of War. He's been hitting it.
Long game.
So, and I think me and Bronny are going to kind of be busy with Starfield once that comes out. But I'm going to wait. But I'm going to wait till Monday because I'm not paying $34 just to play tomorrow or play Thursday.
You will. And then you'll play the game for 3 days, and then I'll see you on Apex or Magic.
Which is fine, and that's why you shouldn't pay the $34. I paid the $34 because I'm going to be playing Starfield nonstop.
We'll see.
Except during working hours.
Sure. All right.
I don't know why you made that face.
Where did it go?
It made me do so much work today. It felt a little racist. Felt a little like slavery, if we're being honest here. Every time I looked, there was just more work to do.
Apparently, I can't find the quote. So where the hell? Well, no,
Steelers suck. I can find it. I can find that for you.
That is so rude, Hendo.
I'm sorry. The Steelers are terrible.
What quote are you talking about?
Well, we're gonna be moving into.
Okay, you can just say it.
Are you talking about the Noah Lyles quote?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I had the quote. I had the quote, and now it's gone, and I can't find it.
Listen, I'll go ahead and jump in on this topic while you're still looking for it. Don't nobody give a good goddamn what that dude said. It was nonsense. It's a ridiculous argument. And you know what? If you're offended by the Denver Nuggets or anybody in the NBA calling themselves the world champions, you can complain as soon as you find a team that can beat them.
True.
Well, okay, I don't have the quote. But look it up. Nolan Lyles.
I think we can paraphrase.
Well, there were some other things that he said. Hold up, because I just want to kind of.
I'm guessing that.
There it is. Here we go. I got it now. but I had it saved, but I can't find it. You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals, and they have world champ on their head. World champ of what? The United States. Now, being a person that played a sport that's not the forefront, wrestled in high school, wrestled in college. I kind of get where he's coming from, but at the same time, the NBA has all the world players playing for them. There's no other league in the world that has better players than the NBA. Like, you might have guys that are coming up, but they all go to the NBA. Jokic, Doncic, Europeans. Very, very suddenly do you have somebody in another league that stays in like the European leagues and things like that, and is a dominant player. They always usually come to the NBA. So I think if all the leagues, because across sports, baseball has a World Series, but they also have the World Baseball Classic where all countries play, which baseball is absolutely trying to get rid of because they don't like it, which I think is stupid. Cares. I know, Hendo, but I'm just making a point. Okay,
what?
I love baseball. The NFL, there's no other leagues out there that players can go play in the NFL. Like, there's not a European league. I mean, there are some, but there's no leagues that you're like, oh yeah, they have better players than the NFL. I think the NBA, above all these leagues, is the one league that can say we are world champs. We have the best players in the world playing for us. Even though we have the Olympics, I think that the NBA has that claim. Hendo, shaking your head.
I was shaking my head at Jeremy.
Okay. How do you feel about what Nolan said? Noah said.
I mean, I've said it several times. Nobody cares. Listen, I get it. I understand. The way that I look at it is, you say that they are not some of the best players in the world around the world in other leagues. There actually are. Because, I mean, throughout history, if you look at it, it took Arvydas Sabonis a long time to come into the league. Tony Kukoc, they don't always stay over there, but they have players that can play. I think the advantage the European players have is most of them play together since they were like 12, 15 years old. So they have a cohesiveness and they know how to play with one another. That's why we had some Olympic teams go over there. Talent doesn't always mean that you're going to win. But the difference is with NBA teams, you have a team that practice together. They play together over a long period of time. When in the Olympics, they only get together for several weeks at times, and they don't have that cohesiveness. I don't think that any team that you can conjure up internationally is going to beat the world champs. I think they'll give them a run. I don't think they can beat them, but they do have some of the better players in the world because all players in the NBA aren't great players.
They don't have some of the better players in the world. Look, even the examples that you gave, you had to reach back to the early 90s.
Yeah. Well, I was going to disagree with Hendo there because the reason why those players couldn't get to the league because scouts weren't really scouting them at that time. Like, Kukoc was one of the big,
scouting them.
Kukoc came over when he was pretty young too.
He was, but like he said,
but they weren't scouting them like they are now. Like,
I mean, there's a difference
over in Europe and
Japan, I get it. There's a difference. There's a difference now because back then the players would make more money overseas than they would here. The stars, so to speak, made more money back then. Now it's a little bit different. NBA players get bank.
Ronnie, I know you say you don't care, but
the Nuggets would beat every Olympic team except the United States. And to your point also about the Olympic teams and it being closer, that's because the U.S. doesn't send their best anymore because the best don't want to go to the Olympics because that matters less than winning an NBA championship because all of the best players in the world play in the NBA.
Most of them.
I think your thing is frozen.
All of them.
Most of them.
All of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. Bronny. But then when you start losing, then you decide, all right, we're gonna send everybody. We're gonna send LeBron. We're gonna send Carmelo Anthony. We're gonna send Kobe.
Yeah, because just players didn't want to go, and every other country sends their absolute best every time, and they do it to beat the U.S. because we are the best at basketball. And it got to the point where we were winning so easily and didn't really care. The U.S. has won 7 out of the last 8 gold medals in basketball. It's not really a competition.
I mean, the Redeem team almost lost.
Did they lose?
The Redeem
Listen,
team didn't. They
Jeremy
didn't almost lose.
Listen,
who did they almost lose to?
Jeremy told me almost does count.
That Spain game was like no closer than maybe 6 or 7 points the whole time.
Like I think this kind of attitude comes from soccer fans, where the best league doesn't have all the best players in soccer. You don't call them the world champions because Messi's not in that league, Neymar, Mbappe, all of us weren't in that league. It may be the best league, but you don't have the best players in the world. Also, the NBA they've gotten away from calling their champions the world champions. They call them the NBA champions. So it's really a nonsense argument. And I can't believe dude used his 15 minutes of fame to bring this up. Because I hate to say this because, he has some great accomplishments in track. 2 weeks from now, nobody's going to remember who you are.
Facts. But he's going to come out with another dumb quote to get more 15 minutes.
There ain't going to be no microphone in front of him. If you didn't know who he was 2 weeks ago, you're not going to remember who he is 2 weeks from now.
Well, guess what, Brodney? I still don't know who he is. When you first said Noah, I'm like, why is Noah in the Discord talking about stuff?
All right. So before we get into the next topic, we're going to get into top 5 greatest NBA teams of all time. If you want to drop your top 5, I'll bring them up as soon as we're done showing ours. Just want to say that some upcoming things this Friday, late night with Suge and Amber is going to be at, I believe, 7:00. It'll be our first episode together. Come hang out. We got some cool topics we're going to talk about. Sunday, I will be playing in a Magic tournament online, so come hang out with me on Twitch. We'll be doing.
I'm not going to do that because every time I go and hang out with you when you're playing Magic, you get mad that I'm there.
Yep,
that's not true.
Why are you here watching me lose?
That's not true.
I'm like, I believe in you, Suge, and you're like, F you. Why are you here?
Because I'm angry when I play Magic. It's like I just angry.
Then why play it?
I don't know. I like torturing myself. There are gonna be some more Twitch streams where I'll be once Starfield comes out. So we're gonna be playing that. We're gonna be playing obviously some more ranked Apex. So come hang out with me, Twitch, Suge Knight 3231323. Appreciate all the support there. I am gonna be in Vegas for my birthday. If you are watching this and you are going to MagicCon or you're going to be out there for the festivals, there's a bunch of festivals. Yes, MagicCon. So it's great. MagicCon is happening on my birthday in Vegas. Coincidence? I think not. Also, I'm going to be hopefully going to the Steelers Raider game. So if you're a Steelers fan, you're going to be out there, let me know. I'd like to hang out with you and get to meet more Steelers fans because I'm tired of hanging out with Raven fans.
That's a lot of coin. It's a lot of coin you've been dropping recently.
Do you want Lunch Break Hot Take to kind of sponsor you and maybe send you with a basket of deodorant and soap for the other attendees?
Sure, I'm still waiting for my swag bag.
Because I know that's an issue at those kind of conventions.
Why would you get a swag bag?
Because I was promised one.
You're gonna get it.
I don't understand why you would get it.
Why wouldn't I?
You didn't go
one of the biggest supporters of Lunch Break Hot Take and the Rogue podcast.
But you're gonna get it. Yeah. I didn't promise a date.
Right. Hey Suge, do you have a new opening for Late Night with Suge Knight and Amber?
No, I do not yet. I'm gonna be making one because I don't have any footage of Amber on doing podcasts. I gotta wait.
And you didn't ask. You didn't ask her.
She doesn't do any podcasting.
Just tell her get behind the camera or just record some footage of her just fake talking or something.
I mean, she could even real talk.
I mean, that's true too.
And then also too, yes, there will be Starfield stream. Me and Jay will be doing Ahsoka Every two episodes, we'll be doing a live stream talking Ahsoka. So we won't be doing a live stream for every episode. So this week there'll be no episode. Next week,
is it Wednesday that those come out?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna do 2 because we just by the 5th one we were both burnt out, so we're gonna just do 2.
5th one? It's 5 episodes?
No. When we did
Mandalorian.
was Mandalorian. We did every episode and we were burnt out by like the 5th episode. We didn't want to do it anymore. So we're not going to do that to ourselves. So if you like Ahsoka, you like Star Wars, come hang out with me and Jay, and we'll be doing that. All right, let's get into this last topic because I think this is the one that's going to take forever. Top 5 greatest NBA teams of all time. Now, I'm going to bring up Hendo's list first, and we're going to talk about it.
What you say, Randy?
I said the least legitimate.
Wow, disrespect. All right, Hendo.
I haven't seen his list out.
You got are these are the order that you actually wanted them, right? Just want to make sure.
I mean, that's what the numbers are indicative of.
First off, I don't see the numbers.
Look to the left.
I can't. My neck doesn't turn that far. All right, Hendo. Why is Chicago 1995-96 Chicago Bulls number 1? Or just break down your list for us. You have 1, 2 Laker teams.
Yeah, I mean, I could have put more Laker teams on there. I could have put more Chicago teams on there, but I just think that 95-96 Bulls team was the best one that they had. They went 72-12, 15-3 in the playoffs. Michael Jordan's return to the. That's what I said. I meant 72-10, 15-3 in the playoffs. Michael Jordan's return to the NBA after a year and a half hiatus. You know, I just think that's one of the best teams of all time. Secondly, I have the 1971-1972 Lakers that went 69-13, 12-3 in the playoffs. You know, it's the Lakers team. You can pick 4 Lakers team, and they could easily be some of the greatest of all time. I will never say Boston Celtics is great at anything, so I omitted them from my list. Then we have the 2016-2017 Golden State Warriors. They went 67-15, 16-1 in the playoffs. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. What more do I have to say? Then we have the 86-87 Lakers. They went 65-17, 15-3 in the playoffs. Magic Johnson won the MVP. Still had Kareem out there doing his thing. Like I said before, pick any Lakers team, but I will never pick Shaq and Kobe. And coming in at number 5, this one was a tough one for me. So I chose the 70-71 Milwaukee Bucks with Lou Alcindor and Oscar Robertson. They went 66-16. They went 12-2 in the playoffs.
Incredible.
Why did they even ask him for his list, Ronnie?
I don't understand.
Disrespect.
Incredible bias.
Wait a minute.
Doesn't
have Shaq and Kobe on there?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Celtics fan. I put the Lakers on there twice. I'm sorry I didn't put your Celtics on there.
The 71. Those 70 teams were not that good. But.
What?
Them 70 teams were not that good, is what he said, I believe.
All right. This one's in no particular.
You just jumbled it.
Yeah. I think this is no particular order.
This is my list. It's in no particular order.
Yeah, this is Ronnie's.
Because I didn't want to put them in order. And right off the bat, you'll notice the difference between my list and Hendo's list in that he is much, much older, and he had some teams from the 70s that I just, I mean, I would feel like a fraud putting them on my list because I didn't watch them, right? The 16-17 Warriors, obviously, and this isn't so much about the record. It's just about the talent on that team. You've got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. And then they had a pretty good supporting cast as well. I think it's one of the most talented teams of all time. Anybody on the list would have a very, very difficult time beating that Warriors team. The 15-16 Cavs and the 95-96 Bulls. The reason I have them on the list is because you have arguably the best and second best players of all time, whatever order you have them in, and still pretty close to their prime. Obviously, like Hendo said, the Bulls won 72 games. The Cavs came back from down 3-1 against what would have a team that would have been on this list, having won 73 games, but they couldn't but they couldn't finish it off, and that's what got this Cavs team. Cause I was kind of debating with them and the Heat team that beat San Antonio. But just the fact that you beat one of the greatest teams of all time, that 73-9 Warriors team, gave the nod to the Cavs. I mentioned the Bulls already, the 72-10 record, the three-peat, having 3 Hall of Famers, 3 of the 50 and 75 greatest of all time on that roster. The 2000-2001 Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. Kobe not quite in his prime yet, but Shaq was there. But Kobe was still very, very good at that point. And that's a team that went 15-1, and the one loss was in the finals in overtime to a 76ers team who had a 48-point game for Allen Iverson. So I mean, they were close to running the table in the playoffs there. And then the 86-87 Lakers as well, with Magic and Kareem and Worthy. Again, just based off of the talent, one of the best teams to ever play. I do agree with him. It's hard to put the Celtics on there. Just because the Celtics, fuck them. But they were. I was going back and forth with the 86 Lakers in that 85-86 Celtics team. But I kind of lean Lakers there. I think that the reason I went Lakers instead of the Celtics is I would have Kareem and Magic above Bird and McHale, all time. And so, if we're talking about the best all time, I'm going to take those 2 guys over Bird and McHale in Boston.
Okay. All right. I like the list. All right. My list. And it's very funny because we're actually all very close, surprisingly. So I went 2000-2001 Lakers, the 95-96 Bulls, the 1986-1987 Lakers. I have the Detroit Pistons up there, because I think that Detroit Pistons team could lock down the 2016-2017 Warriors.
No, it couldn't.
They would not.
Absolutely
destroy.
Zeke would eat up Steph Curry all day.
And Steph Curry would eat up Zeke.
And Dumar would shut down Klay Thompson, who
I don't understand NBA fans who believe that if you were born before a certain year, you're immune to screens. Like,
who's immune to screens?
No, that's my point. They're not. Curry and Klay are running off of screens. Dumars ain't locking down shit.
What is Bill Laimbeer going to be doing out there?
He's not going to be out
Bill
there.
Laimbeer's going to be protecting the rim. We saw
they protecting it from who?
Who goes to the rim?
Look at you. Curry could score 45. The rest of Draymond ain't doing anything. Klay, Klay is a cold hot shooter. Okay. And what is Wiggins going to do? He ain't driving to the. He ain't driving to the. Not Wiggins. Sorry, who was on that team?
Who's going to stop Kevin Durant? Who's going to stop him?
Because you said Curry can score 45.
John Sally.
Scorer on that team was Kevin Durant.
Wait a minute.
John Sally is going. It would be a group effort. It would be a group. John Sally in that time could stick with Kevin Durant.
No, the fuck he could.
He could not.
Oh, you.
Who's going to go? So you got to. So listen. Never mind. I see. This is one of your days. Never mind.
What is one of these days? What the Pistons those were great champions.
Didn't say they weren't great champions,
and they were a great team.
They were, but they don't have the people to stop Curry, Durant, and Klay Thompson when Klay Thompson is actually playing. They don't have the people to stop them.
The Bulls had one scorer like that, and they couldn't stop him. Once they
beat the
weights.
Bulls. What are you talking about? They beat the Bulls.
Once they lifted some weights.
You're talking about when the NBA decided to say, "Hey, you can't put your hands on a player anymore," so we were gonna make sure to call fouls for Jordan. Sure,
put your hands on. They were mugging him, and they still struggled against one man. They still made
it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Bruh.
Like 4 years in a row.
Bruh. I'm gonna let you in on the secret. Hitting people when they're trying to shoot has always been a foul. Just because of the
it wasn't hitting people while they were shooting. It was not letting them drive the ball to the basket.
But
that's part of hard fouls.
Hitting people while they're shooting.
What's Hendo doing? He's getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
No, a kid was telling me she was leaving out. She just got that from work.
You tell her you don't care.
Pretty much.
No, you didn't.
I actually,
But you just said hard fouls. Fouls are fouls, and then you complained that they started calling the foul. I don't understand.
right.
But that's fine.
I'm not complaining because that wasn't my team. I'm just saying
That
they're
conspiracy.
They're great tearing.
You're right. You're right,
Here's the
Shane.
thing, though. Here's the thing. They would not be able to guard any modern team because all these modern teams shoot the three much better than anybody from that era, and they would not know how to defend them. And they would not be able to keep up with them on the offensive end because they don't shoot the three like that.
I beg to differ. They figure out a way.
They figure it out. All right.
Because the same would be said if the 2001 Lakers played the Golden State Warriors. Who's guarding Shaq? Nobody.
No, the difference with the 2001 Lakers is that they have Shaq. The Pistons don't have anything that even remotely resembles
They had
Shaq.
Isaiah Thomas.
He's not Shaq.
They had a great defensive team. They weren't an offensive juggernaut. They were just great defensively. So they're going to figure out. Cool. So they're going to figure out a way to slow down a team that
First of all,
offensively.
First of all, they didn't figure out ways to stop anybody. They just decided we're going to foul them until the NBA starts calling fouls.
Yeah, they weren't.
That's not a plan.
Like, why do you think they were called the Bad Boys?
Because they weren't good at taking tests. I don't know.
This is kind
don't give me that look, Hendo.
With all these people who love and listen, I love that era, the NBA of all sports too. The sports were more physical. They were goons or thugs in the sport whose only job
why you gotta call them goons and thugs?
Was to beat people up. And then every league said, "This isn't part of our game. You don't have the skill to be here. You got to go." And
they had the skill. They were still in the Eastern Conference Finals.
No.
Until Zeke got hurt.
He's just saying in general, because literally teams had players on their squad just to give up 6 fouls. Just to give up 6 fouls to Shaq. That was their only job. They didn't have to go score. They didn't have to rebound. Your job is to get that foul Shaq and send him to the free throw line.
Right.
That's not a goal.
Shout out to Kevin Pollard from the Sacramento Kings.
Scott
Pollard. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I seen him play at a pickup game, and he destroyed everybody on that court. I was like, why can't you do that to Shaq?
Because Shaq wasn't at that playground.
How did you go to that elementary school and beat all of them people?
It wasn't elementary. It was some
Suge. I know.
I'm gonna say it again. Like Brian Scalabrine said, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me.
That's very true. It's very, very true.
Kevin Hart found that out the hard way. Wheelchair now.
Oh, shout out to D Weezy for this old reference. Unless Whoopi Goldberg is coaching John Selly, he ain't doing nothing.
You see, Deshaun Jackson has a Pros vs. Joe's show coming out.
Does he really?
He does.
Is it going to get amateur masseuses and pro masseuses?
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, I think you said
Deshaun Watson.
Bruh.
I was getting into it with the Browns fan today. So
you're always getting into it with somebody. Man.
No, Jeremy, there isn't.
Hendo,
what's that?
Argument for the 2023 Nuggets
is what, one of the greatest teams of all time? No, it's not. No.
Jokic belongs in that conversation.
He does.
He's a phenomenal player. He's one of the best centers to ever play. Unbelievable talent. Jamal Murray's not on that level.
Can I ask you a question? I actually do want to ask you this question. This is probably going to go off a little bit off topic, but I have a question for you. Where do you put Kobe Bryant in the all-time list?
Low enough that you're going to get really angry.
I mean, do you want?
He's gonna
no.
Do
you want a specific number?
If you can,
I put him.
Wait. Do you have him top 10?
I was gonna say I put him around the top 10.
Okay. Rodney, I think we've had this conversation. You maybe have him top 10, but I'm not really sure.
What about Matt Thomas? No, I don't have a top 10.
You don't have him.
Hell is Matt Thomas?
That's Rodney's homie. Shout out to Matt Thomas.
Oh, the Cleveland Browns fan. Sometimes.
I don't.
I wasn't getting into it. I wasn't getting into Matt Thomas today. No. He was, I was getting into it with Brown fan. No, it wasn't Matt Thomas.
Gotcha.
It was on TikTok.
Gotcha.
Because if you check out my TikTok, Shig9323, I did the schedule prediction for the Steelers. And I picked them to go. The actual prediction was 12-5, but I said they're going to be from 11-6, 12-5, or 13-4. That's my window of where I think they're going to end up. And I did have them losing to the Ravens, and so
of course you picked them to lose to your team.
Right? Why wouldn't you?
Now I'll say this about Kobe. I don't think that you can have him in the top 10 of a list for how great a player he is. Right, like especially if and people do this a lot in the NBA. They separate guards and bigs, but especially if you're just talking about one list, he doesn't make the top 10. There's too many other more talented players to put in the top 10. But if you're talking about top 10, and I'm going to use this word, and I don't mean it in the negative way that you normally hear it, but like top 10, like narratively, if you know what I mean, like in terms of how do I put it? Because every word that I think of has kind of a negative connotation to it. I was going to say theatrics, but it's not. I don't mean like theatrics, like there's something wrong. I mean like if you think of the moments with Kobe, right? Like the big moments, and he played for the Lakers, and you have all those memories of him, and kind of like how I was talking about with the NFL and NFL films, and why that's such a why they do a better job of telling the story of the NFL than the other sports do. If you look at it from kind of that perspective, like a nostalgic perspective of who do you enjoy watching the most, who had the most dramatic kind of moments, who had that kind of story that really draws you in, then you can put him in the top 10. But if we're just talking about straight talent, I don't think he makes it.
See, that's why I said around the top 10.
Because cop out. How was that disrespectful?
Using these negative words toward Kobe. How dare you?
How dare you, Brian?
That man is getting a statue this year. How dare you?
Give me your list of the top 10, including bigs.
I would go Kareem, Jordan, Magic,
LeBron.
He's a LeBron hater.
I don't care if you hate LeBron or not. You have to get a man his props.
Hold on. What did I have? Hold on.
Never mind.
Kareem, Jordan, Magic,
Olajuwon,
Tim Duncan, Kobe. No, Shaq, Kobe, Olajuwon. Oh, sorry. Shit, I messed up. But Kareem, Jordan, Magic. Who did I have at 4?
Duncan.
No, it wasn't Duncan.
Can you just name 10 people, please?
That's what you said.
It is. Just name 10 people.
Okay, I have Kobe. I have Kobe 5, Duncan 6, LeBron 7, Olajuwon's 8, Bird is 9, 10 would be Bill Russell.
And who was 4? Because you skipped 4.
Okay, move everybody down. I have to think about it because I'm missing somebody and I can't think right now who I'm missing. But I'm missing somebody.
So Derek, you put
yes,
Shaq?
I definitely put Duncan over Shaq.
So yes. Derek, you put Shaq over Duncan?
I would definitely put Shaq over Duncan over Shaq.
Duncan versus Shaq is an argument of peak versus the totality of their career. Because the peak of Shaq is probably better than anybody.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Duncan was better for longer, and they both won the. Did Shaq end up with 5 rings?
No, he only ended up with 4.
He got 4, right? Yeah.
That's why Kobe says. I got one more than Shaq. Yeah. Well, he doesn't say that anymore.
Shut your mouth.
What? Am I lying?
You motherfucker.
You don't know what he's saying down there.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Anyway, no, but like,
hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Duncan is never won fewer than 50 games and never missed the playoffs. He had multiple different supporting casts around him. So like it wasn't even you can't say, oh, he had David Robinson or he had Parker Ginobili or whatever. He had at least 3, maybe 4 distinct supports around him, and they still maintain that same level.
Yeah.
This is true.
Which is why me and Bronny, when we argued Kobe and Duncan, it is hard to put Kobe over Duncan. I think he was a better player, but Duncan had the better career.
He wasn't a better player either.
I think
that's all right.
I mean,
that's all right.
You're wrong sometimes, Bronny.
That's not true.
Just like you were wrong right now with that joke. Okay.
I wasn't wrong with that joke.
Yes, you were.
Oh,
So, hey, I noticed.
Oh no, I just meant in the grave.
I
don't know how y'all took that.
So I know that Bronny might have something smart to say about. Well, no, you said Bill Russell, right?
He put Bill Russell 10th.
Yeah.
Right. So no Steph Curry, no Wilt Chamberlain.
No. Okay. Steph is on the cusp. Steph is probably 11 now. Wilt, no. I don't think Wilt belongs in the top 10.
The thing that
look at Hendo with that disappointing face.
Oh no. I wouldn't put Wilt in my top 10, but I'm just asking.
No, you're frozen. That's
you're frozen. So yeah. The thing that Suge probably really doesn't want to hear is also Kevin Durant's better than Kobe.
No.
Yeah, he is. He's a better player.
Now you're done. Now you're just delusional.
No.
Stop being. I think you need to go get sleep now, Bronny.
No,
I think it's time to go to bed. I think it's time to go to bed.
No.
Because you're tired. You're saying.
And now, like Jeremy said, you got to start having the conversation about Jokic as well.
This is true.
Jay,
what you mean, Jay?
Who's way out of pocket? Like, what was said is way out of pocket?
I don't even know what you mean, Jay.
D-Weezy, that'll get you banned. I will ban you from my channel.
What's way out of pocket?
What is he trying to say?
Durant is more talent, but not clutch.
Oh, so he's a better player?
That's the thing. I don't think he has more talent. I think he's just a big guy that can shoot, whereas Kobe had tons of offensive moves. Could shoot.
So does Durant.
Could
Durant don't got offensive moves?
Not really.
Oh my god.
What offensive moves does he have? He doesn't go to the post. He doesn't. He has an okay mid-range game. Could shoot from the outside. Kobe could do.
Okay, mid-range game.
Kobe
Okay.
could drive the ball. He had a mid-range game. He can post up. He can shoot from the outside.
Okay.
I
mean, listen, if we just want to make shit up about our favorite players, then I mean, anybody you want can be the best. Both of KD's rings are legitimate. I don't know what you think legitimate means, but you're incorrect.
Yeah. Jeremy is just happy that they have Trey Lance now. Okay.
I was about to say, Jeremy speaks like he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it explains a lot.
Yeah, it does. You know what's not legitimate, Jeremy? Rings that were acquired before you were born.
Ooh.
Oh. Well, we know that's not true for Hendo because he's around since.
Well, that's factually incorrect, also, Jeremy, because he smacked him around when he did have 4 All-Stars on his team. But then when he went to Golden State, they won easily.
It's becoming personal. It's becoming personal right now.
No.
Ronnie got that look in his eye.
It's not.
I saw that say.
I mean,
I saw that say. You know when I saw that look, Hendo? I've seen it twice in my life. Okay, that look that Rodney gets.
Listen. Oh yeah, you have. You did.
I've seen it twice in my life.
Listen.
Once was Colin.
Listen. Why is everybody taking shots tonight? Jeez.
I'm not. Nobody's taking shots.
No, him. Like
they've won more than Dallas. I don't think you want to go there. Carolina's 2-0 against Dallas in the playoffs, mind you.
Ooh.
It's been to the Super Bowl twice since the last time y'all were relevant.
See, I'm telling you, y'all messing with Bronny tonight. Why leave Bronny alone?
Brady be waiting for times like this. Like, oh yeah,
right?
Oh yeah. Okay, let's get it started.
Hey, Jeremy, have you won any playoff games since you were born? Or have you won any playoff games since you were born? Dallas ain't won shit since you were born. Unless listen, maybe I'm assuming of it. Maybe that's a really old picture of you in your 40.
Older. Yeah, because my daughter's. I don't think my daughter's seen the Cowboys win.
Damn. Well, that's not where I was trying to go. But we're here for an hour 15. It's time to go do some
Night.
Apex. No, I'm gonna go play some Apex.
Apex Predator.
I get to be home for the next 3 days, and I got Monday off. Brody, you got Monday off?
You know I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes. KD over Kobe. I'm going with Kobe 70-30. Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay. Going with Kobe 70-30. Cool. I guess. The beginning of that sentence sounded like it was going to end with 10 out of 10 times or something like that. And he was like, "I'm going with Kobe, sorta."
Are we going to still do the what was it, Hendo? The draft for, but it was for basketball.
The all-time.
Yeah,
we were going to do the all-time.
Ronnie is looking so forward to that.
I'm really not.
And we're doing the starting 5 plus the 6 man.
No,
yep.
We're doing a starting 5.
I think we go 7. I think we should go 7.
7 it is. 7 it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
Y'all
and
don't
that's gonna
run
be
that channel.
That's gonna be.
We just talk to Jose.
Yeah, we'll talk to the boss. It's been a great night. All right, before we get out of here, Mr. Hendo, where can the people find you and all your great content?
You can find me on the Rogue Pod, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Can you be a little bit more excited about doing podcasting?
You can find me on the Rogue Pod.
Super Saiyan Bronny's gonna turn his PD gold.
I should order a gold one just for you, Jay.
You should. Or Jay, order it for him. Send it to him with your logo on it. You have anything coming up, Hendo? I know you're going to be doing. I need to talk to you when you're going to be doing your Sunday show, so I don't step on your toes because I'll be doing a Sunday show too.
You're going to be doing a show with him, I thought.
Wait. Wait.
We were.
Wait. 1 second.
Yes.
So what you're saying to me is, I have my show at the same time every Sunday, and the fact that you don't know what time my show is on Sunday means
no. You said you were going to be doing a new show Sunday morning.
Fridays. I didn't say I was doing any.
You said Sunday.
I didn't say I was doing
Sunday.
Yes,
no,
you did.
You said we were doing a show Sunday morning, and I said no, we were not.
Don't think that's the way that went down.
Listen, it's on tape. We can go back and
all right.
Look at
are you doing it? When are your shows? Can you please?
Sunday night at 8 p.m.
Okay, that's 5 o'clock my time. Cool. What about watch-alongs? Anything for the upcoming season?
Nah, I'll just probably be jumping in watch-alongs with other people.
It's real presumptuous.
You said what?
This is very presumptuous. People just gonna let you jump in.
What's your new show?
Coach, first of all, Coach already said if we wanted to join him, just come join him.
Why did you say Coach then instead of other people? You trying to make it sound like you got more friends?
Nah, I don't have any friends, but you know, if Lunch Break Hot Take decides that they're gonna do a live watch along, like they said that they would,
we did not say that we would.
If you said and you hit 90 people,
we did not hit 90 people. We didn't hit anywhere near 90 people.
You did.
Okay, so what's your show on Friday? What time is that?
I don't have a show on Friday.
Okay, so you're not doing a show Friday. What's your show on Tuesday? With
I don't have a show on Tuesday.
Galloway. And you just cut all the shows out, huh? You just cut them all out.
You definitely do. What up, Ferris?
Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Oh, no. No, I don't have a show called Hang with Hendo. That's dead powder.
You have a show called Electric Relaxation with Mr. Galloway.
I just said that.
Yeah.
And what time is that?
Did you just try to tell me you didn't have that?
8 p.m. on Tuesdays.
So
you have your Tuesday show, your Sunday show is at 8. Okay, cool. So I can still do a show.
And you have a Friday show. Then you're just feeling a little
So what I was thinking of doing was on possibly Thursdays. I was thinking of doing a preview show for the upcoming game with a person from that team. That's what the thought process is.
That's gonna be fun. Well, I will definitely be having you on when the Ravens play the Steelers. I don't know if we'll do a watch along, but definitely gonna have you on for that.
People love that for
previewing
some
and stuff.
reason. People love doing watch alongs for some reason.
It's fun.
Is it really?
Sometimes it's fun. It really isn't. But like, hopefully, because it's Sunday, I'll be like eating chips and salsa and menudo and hungover, so then it'll be better.
It's
That
not
doesn't
really stream.
sound like.
I'm
a
actually,
good
if,
show.
actually, Rodney's gonna be happy because I will be taking time away from Magic, playing on Sundays to watch the Steeler games. So
I'm not going to be happy if it means you're going to add more time drinking.
I actually got approved to Teespring that my logo is on my own because they took my hat down until I can provide them proof. Wow,
How are you
Trying
going to
to
provide
hold-
proof?
trying to hold the black man down. Typical.
Fact.
I'll be
Yeah,
on
some
Sunday
kind of
before
issues on
Hendo
proof.
goes on.
5 p.m.
Well, okay.
On against
Are we doing-
all odds.
Against all odds.
That should be my life story.
No, retail therapy. That's your life story.
First off, calm down. Okay. Let me put
Oh.
my personal business out there. Mr. Rodney, where can the people find you and your great content at?
You can find me on Lunch Break Hot Take every Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a live show followed up by the overtime show for our patrons. Then you can find me, here on Tuesdays on Steel Conspiracy, Monday over on Sip to Tally Films with Coach Evans and Hendo and my brother Jose and OTR Mike and Chris from the Deep Cover Pod doing the Ravens Roundup. And you can find me over on Ring Kings podcast because we will record again one day. I've received all of the pound for pound rankings. I tallied them up, so that's ready to go. We just have to record
Oh,
it.
yeah, I gotta get you one.
It's too late.
Did I just get cut out? I just got cut out.
You listen, if you want to have your rankings in, then send it in. See, that's what
Okay.
I told
I'll
you
do
to
it by
send
next
it in.
week.
But no, we're going to record it sooner than next week. Like when I told Ferris
What's up, Coach?
to send it in, he sent his over a month ago.
Ferris is a good dude.
You know, so if he
Wow, I'm not a
wants-
good dude.
I didn't say you were not. I just said Ferris is a good dude.
You see how you take shots at me?
I didn't say anything about you.
What's up,
the
Coach?
absence of a compliment is not an insult,
Right.
But the
Well, but I know that was a personal shot at me.
but we are going to be recording it before next week. So if you want your list in, send it in ASAP.
I will send it in next week.
ASAP.
Okay,
right?
well, it's not going to be in then.
I'll send it in next week.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
okay.
it won't be in then.
You will get it when you get it.
And I will send it back to you unread.
Wow, disrespectful.
No, that's not
are you
true.
gonna-
I can't send back a DM.
Are you going to be?
And
Are
they
you going
come
to be playing
open.
some? Are you going to be playing some Starfield?
I'm going to be playing a lot of Starfield starting
but are you
Thursday
gonna be
at 8
streaming it,
p.m.
or-
I'm not. No, of course not. I don't stream video games. But
You're not going to be
starting,
recording anything?
God damn it, starting Thursday at 8 p.m. all through Friday, and then all through Saturday and all through Sunday.
Don't
It's
bug
going to be
Rodney.
Starfield. All right.
Don't bug
There
Rodney.
ain't going to be no streaming. Ain't going to be no football, nothing. It's going to be Starfield.
Just for that week. Then next week we get back to normal business with Bradley.
By the following week, I will be a space pirate king. And I don't know if I'm going to come back to this at all. I'm going to spend that time building my fleet, trying to put together my my Voltron spaceship, because you can have your ship shaped like Voltron. And then
That's
I
right.
won't be back.
That's right, Coach.
Coach, are
Except
you
for
doing?
one.
Are you doing a stream for Labor Day? Just wondering. Steelers a top 10 team in the
Oh, yeah, it is
AFC.
a holiday.
Suge. Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have off Monday, Brodney.
Coach, you ain't the boss of me, Coach. Okay, I'll play Starfield whenever I feel like playing Starfield.
Yes, I do believe the Steelers are top 10 AFC.
That ain't saying much. I mean, top 10 puts you outside the playoffs.
Okay,
It's only 16 teams.
so
Yeah, it's only 16
are
teams.
they a playoff team? Yes, I think they're.
That's what I'm talking about, Coach. That's right.
Man.
No streamer. Yeah, it's Labor Day. That's what I'm saying. That's Rodney. I was like, dude, you're gonna be playing Starfield all day, and I have.
No, we have to work on Monday.
No, you do not.
I'm pretty sure we do.
No, you do not.
I'm fairly certain that we do.
We'll find out right now.
Yeah, let's find out. Right
I'm
now.
playing Mortal Kombat. What Mortal Kombat 1 has?
Jeremy, nobody asked. All right, do you hear the Stardew Valley music? That's not what we're doing right now.
Wow, Brian,
we're talking about our stuff right now. If he turns on the Stardew Valley music, then we will welcome your gaming comments.
LBHT, Intentional Grounding, Steel Conspiracy, Ravens Roundtable, Rankings, and streaming Starfield on the Old Man Gamers Twitch channel. Bronny is a busy man.
Busy man.
I dislike you to a great degree, Jay. You used to
Bronny
be real
is
nice and positive. Now you're just a jerk.
Wow.
Talk is always on. You know
Bradley's
what?
getting really grumpy.
Right? You know what though? I think because Bronny's getting to like kind of flex that he's gonna be playing Starfield early, I might buy the game tonight. Damn it! I didn't want to spend $34, and now I'm gonna STD talk.
You know what's crazy? Had you not bought light up fans that you absolutely did not need, you would have had the money to buy Starfield already.
The fans were only $19
each.
Shut up.
Okay,
that's
what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's more than $34.
That would have been $34 and a nice little tip for all those developers who worked so hard for years. I mean, not a nice tip; it was a couple dollars, but it's the thought that counts, really.
Is it though?
It is.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure to follow me, SugeKnight323, Twitter and Twitch. Twitter and TikTok, SugeKnight1323 on Twitch. Also, this Friday we have Late Night with Suge and Amber. That is going to be live. So I believe at 7 p.m. Be hanging out. We got a lot to talk about, some cool topics, and then also to the Ahsoka episode review with me and Mr. J. I took the most grumpiest picture of him, and then side eye from
both
Ahsoka.
of them side eyeing you.
Yeah, that will be. We're gonna be doing 2 episodes every other week. So not this week, the following week. We'll be doing our episode reviews live. So come hang out if you are into Ahsoka, if you're into Star Wars. It's been pretty fun so far. The episodes are great. Make sure to check them out and let us know what you think. You didn't like them, Hendo?
The show?
Yeah.
Bro, they stabbed the girl with a damn lightsaber, and she woke up the next morning.
She
woke up the next morning like, yeah.
Right, not even
people are very upset about that. People are very upset about
that. Because it was nonsense. It's completely counter to what the lightsaber has been for the last 50 years. If I can get stabbed through the chest.
It wasn't in the chest, it was in the ribs. It was in the ribs.
Where are your ribs?
Right here. She got stabbed right here.
But they go also up
to
here.
The side.
They go all the way up here.
They missed. She missed every vital organ.
Who cares about the vital organs? You know how hot lightsabers are.
Shook.
They melt metal doors.
Shook. I'm about to say.
She used the force.
I've seen a 2 foot thick steel door that they couldn't open. He just took his lightsaber and just stuck it in the door and was like, "Yep, it's open."
The whole thing just started. He didn't even do anything. It just started melting around it.
And she
maybe her body's made of vibranium.
And
shout out to Wakanda.
I don't even
vibranium doesn't exist.
Secret Invasion was the shit. Hendo. Secret Invasion was okay. I like it.
Secret Invasion was shit. You're correct. You are correct, Coach. It was shit.
Wow.
I fell asleep so much. Listen, the only thing that I've seen in the last 15 years that made me fall asleep more was The Flash.
Oh, if you say it,
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Hendo. The Flash was garbage.
I hate
I tried to watch that. That shit was trash.
Sure. I sat there and was like, okay, I'm gonna see if this any good. I'm not even
joking.
It was a kidney shot. It wasn't in the chest.
It doesn't matter. What do you think?
Hold up.
What do you think would happen to you
if
you took something that hot and stuck it inside your body?
Hold on. You believe that 50 Cent took 10 shots to the chest, But you
Once
don't
again,
believe she could
once
summon.
again,
What
what do
he
you
was
think
taking to
would
the chest.
happen?
How
What do
many
you
do you
think
take?
would
Seven,
happen
7 or 10? I don't remember the number.
if you took something that hot and stuck it inside your body? What do you think would happen?
And not
Go
even
ahead. Just
Suge,
tell me.
no,
What would
not,
happen?
no, not even that, Suge.
Would you just be fine?
What has happened to other people previously in other movies when they got touched by a lightsaber?
Touched, not
Touched.
stabbed through the chest.
look like they got shot on the floor.
Again, you didn't have to get stabbed with a lightsaber. If it just slashed you across your chest, you died. Those were people who were wearing armor.
Right.
She was wearing a robe. It was completely.
Ronnie's been thinking about this one.
She had her bedtime clothes on.
This is just my face, but I'm pretty sure you can't understand that.
It's not just your face, there.
You watch Blue Beetle? I have not
Of
watched
course,
Blue Beetle.
nobody's watched Blue Beetle, Jeremy.
No, it's actually pretty good. I don't know.
You said the same thing
numbers.
about
You just said you didn't watch
this-
it.
Right.
I've watched.
You just said you didn't watch it.
Go ahead.
I've watched not the preview. Sorry. The people that watch it and reviews. I watched the reviews.
So when you told us before the Flash came out, I heard the Flash is pretty good. I saw the reviews and everything, and everybody said this is amazing, one of the best films that DC's ever done. Were they telling the truth? They were not.
I don't know. They must have been. I don't know what happened.
Green Lantern made more money than this movie, and that's saying something.
That's only because Ron Reynolds was in it.
No, Green Lantern was horrible.
And Secret Invasion was bad. Did Nick Fury dirty?
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn was stabbed in the spine. There you go.
Bunch of
I'm telling you, she missed on purpose. Jay did say this in our review that he believes that Sin, who was the one that stabbed Sabine, actually kind of lost focus and purposely missed because she wasn't trying to.
She didn't miss.
So she missed
through her body.
Wait a minute, she missed her body. She missed her body completely.
But missed the kill shot. Not missed the body. Missed the kill shot.
Sure. This is what we're trying to get you. I've seen them graze a dude on his shoulder and he dies. They stuck the lightsaber through her. It didn't just touch her, it went through her. And she woke up the next day, not even like, oh, Well,
because they have medical advances that we don't have here.
Apparently, you can become immune to lightsabers.
No, they don't.
That might be a thing.
They don't have
that might be a thing.
And we
they did because they gave Luke a whole new hand.
Right.
They can fix a lightsaber.
We have that.
First of all,
talking about
not like that. Not like they do in Star Wars.
Oh my god!
Not like
so
they do in Star Wars.
my god!
So you mean
Who found her? Who found her fast enough to give her any kind of medical attention before she died?
She was already out. First of all, she's not even a Jedi.
Who?
The one
Ahsoka?
that got stabbed.
Knives are not the same as lightsabers, Jeremy.
A knife cannot melt a steel door.
Yeah, they should have been wearing pajamas, Jay. You're right.
Boy, that 100% radar really gets it going.
This is why you can't talk to Star Wars fans.
Yeah, they just don't
Like,
want to
why are you just justifying dumb shit?
Yeah, and I promise you,
I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I like the
You
show,
are.
but no, I'm not. I'm not a Star Wars fan. If this is Marvel or DC, yes, I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Listen,
I like
I
the
promise
shows,
you, if I see anything about a goddamn Death Star come up, I'm breaking something. Anything about a Death Star. If they have any narrative and they say like, yeah, we gotta get to the Death Star, I'm breaking something because goddamn it, you can do with so many movies about a Death Star before you just start killing people and stop having to make them. I know space is vast, but somebody's gonna see you building a planet.
Like,
Somebody.
I was already a little annoyed when the new stuff started coming out and everybody was walking around with weapons that could block a lightsaber so that they could fight the Jedi. I was like, this is fucking stupid. But, at least they were still killing them when they hit them.
Right.
Now they're not even doing that.
And Ronnie's had enough of it.
These Gen Z lightsabers they got going out here. Like, they're not sticking to the recipe or something. I don't know. These things are weak as shit.
Hey, listen,
Y'all say this, someone who got stabbed at a lightsaber. We don't have real life.
Yes, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh.
He barely touched him. He barely touched him and turned into a robe.
But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, Jeremy. Okay, so I mean, even though we have 9 movies worth of people getting slashed with lightsabers and dying, we don't have any evidence. We have evidence that you're not going to get stabbed through any part of your body and just be up and at him the next day. All right, she was in the hospital. She wasn't even like in bad spirits. Like it's like nothing happened to her. She hopped up. He's like, I'm going on an adventure.
He's like, no, you need to sit down and rest from your lightsaber attack.
Hey, Ronnie, just real quick.
Getting more and more ridiculous. You force healing people. That's not a thing.
And then listen, I'm not. Don't even get me started about old girl lightsabers, them little pigs, them pig stickers, like them little things. I'm looking like, what is that? No,
you said pig stickers.
Like,
oh my god. Hey, Ronnie, can you tell the difference in my lighting though?
No, I told you.
It looks exactly the same.
Come on. Man.
Oh no. Actually, it looks like regret. Because ain't nothing different. There's nothing different at all.
Nobody said anything about surviving, Jeremy.
You can survive it, Sammy, depending on how far it goes in your mind. Well, I will admit the lightsaber went all the way through.
All the way through her.
It came out the back.
The angle was from behind her.
She penetrated her. It was dope.
It's just dumb. It's just.
Oh God, I know what comment I'm sending in tomorrow to LBHD just to get Rodney going.
Jesus Christ. Like that's what, but you know what? It does make sense, right? It does make sense because that's why every goddamn Jedi got their ass killed by the clones that they were commanding. Because your lightsabers ain't worth shit. When it came down to it, those weapons only worked for a select few. Right? And the rest of y'all ain't reached that level. Hey, come on, bro.
Wait a minute. God. I love it makes muscle tissue reappear. First of all, she shouldn't have had no insides. That thing is hot. Should have just burnt her all up. She should have a big ass hole right here. But I guess it cauterized everything, huh?
It did.
Cauterized didn't do any damage though. The lightsabers are very careful.
Let me incapacitate you.
Yeah, I guess it knew through the force that she didn't mean to kill that girl who she stabbed.
You get it. Now you're getting it. Now you're getting
with
it.
A lightsaber.
Did Suge finally pay? What did I pay? For the game now. You know why I wrote a Yoda rant? Because all he had was a lightsaber. Dude, Bronny just turns into like Palpatine when he's talking about the Jedi. Kill them all.
Get useless.
Like,
all right, we're getting out of here.
Who the hell is going to sit there and try and defend them goddamn younglings against an army of people with guns when all you have is a lightsaber and you know it can't even kill people effectively?
Who got stabbed? You really want to go?
Nobody, apparently. Nobody.
Oh God! Good soldiers follow orders. Oh my God!
Stuff,
oh my God!
Because like we suspend our disbelief for all these stories. Like you have to for any fiction.
You have to, yeah.
For anything, and I did, and then you switched it up, and now now
it's bad. Yeah. I'm a Brando.
How many? Remember that scene in what's it called? Not The Force Awakens, but Rogue One. Remember the scene at the end when Darth Vader comes into that little corridor with all 20 of them dudes? How come they didn't just kill him? I mean, he has a lightsaber. How many of them did he stab through their body? I remember him slashing them, and I remember a lot of death.
It's because Vader's that dude.
Okay. But he was wearing that garbage ass stormtrooper armor though.
Right.
Who defended the younglings against Anakin?
All of the Jedi who were in the temple.
They were just getting absolutely
slashed.
And you know what's gonna happen in Starfield? Someone's gonna get stabbed in the chest, and they're gonna survive it. And Ronnie's gonna be pissed. Revenge of the Sith.
You know what pisses me off? It would actually really piss me off about Star Wars, though. Honestly, that you got to that part of the story where Anakin like switched over and Order 66, and you're killing all the younglings, and the Jedi are scattered and everything. But we can't really get into it now. There are much better storytellers in charge of Star Wars. We had to do that with George Lucas, and now they're not going to go back and remake it, and it's all a waste. And now you've ruined laser swords. It was good though, Jay.
I mean, all of them are pretty much ass after the first 3.
That's not inaccurate. Force Awakens was good. It was ruined retroactively.
You didn't like The Last Jedi?
I liked The Last Jedi. It wasn't great. I liked it. And then Rise of Skywalker came out and it ruined everything.
Yeah, sometimes you sit there and say,
talking with his face burnt off.
My man caught on fire twice in that scene. and nobody put him out. He burnt out and didn't die.
Because that was because of the Force.
Obi-Wan looked away in disgust. He was, but he was fine.
Right.
And by the way, if we have that medicine that just regenerates tissue, why has he got to be in that suit the rest of his life?
Huh? How about that?
Because they want to make him intimidating.
Because they want him to breathe like that. That's the only reason.
We have regenerative medicine.
Don't make no goddamn sense.
It don't. And you think the shit can't get worse, than they come out with something like Solo.
Wow.
And then before and it was the concentration of midi-chlorians or whatever in your blood that determined who how good you are with the Force. He got 3 of his limbs cut off. How come he didn't get worse at it? I'm sorry.
If you think about it,
he got 3 of his limbs cut off, and I'm watching Kenobi, and I see him grab a spaceship and just pull it back down.
So he got better. That's what show am I watching right? I thought this was a Ravens Steelers box.
That shit ended a long time ago.
How do you say we were my brother Anakin, I love you, then walk away and leave him to die?
Man, listen. If like Ewan McGregor, I maintain, is the only consistently good thing about Star Wars, and they wasted that man's talents.
This is true.
That was like, I still, even though it wasn't the best written scene, I still love that scene. The Anakin and Obi-Wan scene. But man, they have wasted Ewan.
Yeah, this went off the rails quick because I was trying to get out of here because I want to eat. So we're gonna get out of here. Thank you very much, Rodney, Rodney, and Hendo for being here.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. Because I'm used to saying Rodney and Jose.
Wow.
I like the Obi-Wan show.
Obi-Wan was good. It was good.
Yeah, that was decent.
Because of Ewan.
Facts.
We'll see where they go with the Ahsoka. I'm excited to see where they go. Yes, thank you. Let Suge eat.
Suge ain't got no rules against eating on camera on his channel.
Right.
I don't, but Jose, if I do, Jose's going to show up and tell me no. So, kind of like Caleb. Like, Jose's become Caleb when it comes to eating.
Caleb is a goddamn wizard. Like, I don't know how he knows when to pop up.
Facts.
He just does. He just does it. But I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Make sure to be here Friday for late night. Make sure to check out Hendo's show. Make sure to check out Bronny's show tomorrow. Lunch break hot take. It's going to be great. If you want to see me and Bronny argue some more, OT is always a fun time. Seems like that's the time that we argue the most.
And
are you doing like 3 shows tomorrow?
No, I'm doing 1 show tomorrow. This is a new thing that just came up, within this show. Come back next Tuesday at 9:15 to see if I'm here. Because if Suge is telling me that I'm off on Monday and I'm not off on Monday, I won't be doing this show next week. So that's a fun little game right there.
I'm very sure you're off Monday.
Okay.
That's not what you said.
I'll find out right now.
We'll see.
I'll find out.
You sound less confident now.
You do.
Well, yeah, because you're like saying you're not going to show up to the show. And
But
I'm
you
like,
said, I know you're off on Monday. Now
I'm
it's I think.
pretty sure you're off. I don't know
Now
why
it's
you
I'm
would
pretty.
be
Oh,
working.
we've downgraded to pretty sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
We will see. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you guys for being here.